Hey, what is up guys? It is Needle. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys how you can really improve your AR aim on controller Fortnite. So this will apply to all controller players, PS4 and Xbox, and players that are on PC. So I'll cover some tips that really help you utilize aim assist to your advantage that actually will help you improve your aim over time. I know aim assist is very controversial in the Fortnite community. I always hear about PC players clapping back at some console players who abuse aim assist, quote unquote, but we'll kind of cover that in a bit and what aim assist really is and what it does. So we'll get into that, but I'll also show you guys some way you can practice your aim for in-game situations, so when you actually hop online to play, it feels a little bit smoother and your aim actually kind of emulates what you do in creative, because I know there's a lot of aiming courses. We'll cover that in a bit, but if you guys do enjoy educational content such as this on Fortnite, just overall want to get better on controller Fortnite, please make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications. Before we get into the tips, I do want to note this gameplay here. It's a pretty interesting one. It's actually my solo squad's kill record. I had the potential to get some more kills at the end, but you guys will see how I die. It's pretty unfortunate, but I could have broke my kill record through this one. It's a super interesting gameplay just because I really didn't mop up a bunch of kills at the beginning, but as the game progresses, nobody really died, and I kind of just kept killing people. And you guys will see I run into some terrible players. It's pretty funny, so I hope you guys do enjoy the gameplay. So now onto the juicy part of today's video of how to actually use aim assist and what it is. I actually want to cover a definition first that I found on an Epic forum, and I think this is actually a really good definition. You guys will see here. So they define it as a common feature for console shooter games to compensate for the deficiency of using a controller. Most games aim assist will snap towards the target if you're close to it, keeping you on target. I really like this definition, the way they worded it on this forum, just because, for one, it acknowledges the fact that aim assist has been around forever. Any kind of console shooter, anything on controller is going to require a little bit of aim assist, just because you are aiming with your thumb compared to playing against players who are on keyboard and mouse, who have the ability to stop on a dime because they're aiming with their entire hand, or wrist, or even arm, depending on how they play. So it's really just meant to compensate, as they say, against players that are on keyboard and mouse. So it's just a way to assist your aim. It's as simple as that. It's just going to snap on targets a little bit easier for you, but it still requires you to aim. You're going to have to be able to frame up your shots and line up your shots to begin with. I'll show you guys a little bit further of how broken it was in Fortnite before. I'll pull up a clip from Upshall. It's actually in his video on aim assist where he just completely rips kids apart. This was actually a few seasons ago, a few patches ago. It's actually not this strong, but just look at how overpowered it was at one point. I think we can all agree that this is just not fair. I'll roll the clip right now and just watch it out. As you guys can see by that clip right there, first off, props to Upshall. That's his clip. He's one of the best controller players if you guys don't know him. He's an absolute beast on the sticks. He really does have some of the best controller aim, and that's what I wanted to talk about, is just how overpowered aim assist was in the past. I'm sure you guys have seen many clips like that of people just spamming L2 and hitting shots, but I think this is actually a really good clip just because it acknowledges the fact that when you have good aim and then you mix it with a little bit of aim assist, a little bit of L2 spam, it really helps you hit your shots if you have good aim to begin with. Like I said, it's going to assist your aim, so the better aim you already have, it's just going to make it that much easier. As you guys can see, he didn't spam every shot in that clip. Literally, he just lines them up. He frames his shot up because he has good aim in general, and then lets L2 take over from there because it's going to give you that first shot accuracy. So I think that's a really good clip just to show you guys that it's all about having good aim, and then the aim assist will help from there. Thankfully, though, Fortnite has actually done a good job of balancing aim assist. It's not as good as it once was, such as that clip right there. They've put out some patches and the new seasons have came out and they've really done a good job of balancing it. They put out like some silent updates. At one point they actually nerfed aim assist really bad, and then they said they reverted it, but ever since then it just kind of hasn't felt the same. I don't know if you guys have picked up a deagle recently, but you can't really just spam shots anymore like you used to. So it kind of shows that it's changed a little bit. So I'll hop into creative right now, show you guys some new methods, some new techniques I have for aim assist, and how to use it now in season 8 and the seasons coming up. Alright boys, so I've loaded into creative. I'm now in Shride's aim training map. I'll put the code down in the description. This is really one of the best ways to improve your aim on controller, just because if you look right here, if you're up to one of the bots, aim in. If you look, I'll look off to a little bit to the side. You can see I'm not in on him, but I aim in and the aim assist attaches onto him. So the bots do have aim assist. Makes it that much more easier to practice. Like I said, this is a really good way to practice in-game because you're going to be getting aim assist in-game, and this is a way you can use it in creative as well. I made a whole separate video on improving your aim in general, not so much about aim assist, and I covered this course. I'll still vouch for it right now. This is one of the best aim training courses. I have more I'll cover a little bit later in the video, but if you want to use Shrides, like I said, code in the description below. One of the best ones you can use. Okay, now just to show you guys how aim assist works after the patches, and just to show you guys it's not crazy overpowered anymore. So I am on controller on PC, and that's something to note. And when someone's running, you do get a little bit better of aim assist on PC just because you get better frames. There's videos out there if you want to look it up just to see the side-by-side of how controller on PC differs by controller on console. It's going to be a big difference with the frames just because, I don't know why it does, but you just get easier aim assist. That's all I know. Alright, so to show you guys how much it works, so I'll show you guys just a little like reference here. So if I look right here and aim at this guy or try to spam L2 and aim at him, nothing's going to happen. So that you have to have a little bit of good aim just to show you guys that you need to have good aim in general to be able to use aim assist just because you can't be, you're not going to hit him. So I'll kind of show you guys where the threshold is, though. I'll kind of keep inching in. So I'm like, I don't know how far away I am, obviously, but right here, I'm going to get it. So yeah, that's something to know is that if you're a little bit off on your aim, it's going to attach onto him. That's how aim assist works. And this is my new method that I think is going to work a lot better than the old ones that just straight, you know what I mean? This was the old one, just spam L2 everywhere. I mean, it's going to work if you want to spam L2. You'll hit some shots. You're not going to be too consistent, though. What I think is a really, really good way is just using your aim assist as your first shot accuracy, like I did just there. So when you see a target, supposedly if they had more than 100 health, you want to track them, whatever you're aiming, you track them, you get your first shot off. I would spam L2 on the first shot, like this, just to get that first shot. You're just looking around, you see him, spam aim assist on that shot, and then after that, you just want to hold L2 and just shoot like normal. That's the best way. Use your aim assist as your first shot accuracy, because it's just going to snap on your head. I'll show you guys another one right here. I'm kind of near his head, I'm kind of near it, and then you just keep spraying from there, and it'll just basically, if it attaches onto your head, it'll keep spraying and keep spraying, you'll get easy headshot multiplier. To show you guys what it would look like in full-time shooting multiple targets, of showing you guys that it's not all just about spamming L2, it's about spamming L2 on that first shot to register that first shot accuracy, and then from there moving on to taking actual just tracking shots. As you guys can see by me shooting those bots right there, I'm not legit spamming it like this as I'm doing right now. I'm not spamming it like that just because you don't need to anymore. Just use it for the first shot accuracy, and then from there, just use your aim to track and get a good targeting sense so you can really track every target and hit all your shots. I hope that little creative session kind of explained it for you a little bit better, that it's more about the first shot accuracy, and then after you hit that first shot with aim assist kind of targeting on them for you, you'll want to just hit your shots from there to stay aimed in. It's not about spamming L2 like we've seen in the past, like in the upshot clip. You could get away with it there, but Epic's done a good job of nerfing it and kind of toning it down to the point where you really need to actually aim and have a good targeting sensitivity and have a good tracking in general on Fortnite. I know controller players are always getting memed on. There's always memes. Controller players are so bad, they just spam L2. And I think it's more just a meme at this point. It's just funny. No one's actually getting mad. But I just think this was a good way to explain and show you guys that there are new ways to utilize it. It's not just straight spam L2. You got to use it for that first shot accuracy. And if you guys are struggling, you feel like, okay, I could do the first shot accuracy, can hit that first one, I can line them up, spam my L2 to get that first shot off, but then how do I aim from there? I feel like I don't have a good targeting sensitivity. My best suggestion, 100%, going to want to load into some of these aiming courses. I'll provide some more in a little bit, some code you can use, but just go in there with whatever targeting sensitivity you have, try them out, try to just take as many shots as you can to get a feel for it, and then kind of adjust and tweak your sensitivity from there, move it up a little bit, move it down a little bit, and it'll help you find a good kind of equilibrium of where like you are probably the best at, because everyone's going to have a range. You might be a 0.4 to 0.5, I might be a 0.3 to 0.4, so everyone's going to have their own little range where they're most comfortable. At the end of the day, it is your sensitivity, so I'm not going to suggest one. Like I said, I have my controller sensitivity that I'll link down in the description if you guys want to use my stuff, but like I said, it's more about what you can do and how you feel comfortable when you are shooting. There are two main aim courses that I would suggest in creative. The first is going to be Shride's that I was just in. His is a 5-layer course, so it's really going to be interactive. You can try different stuff. Like I said, there's sniping, there's SMG. I'll throw his code right on the screen now. It's going to be 7088-3496. 5589. I'll put it in the description as well. Screenshot it, do whatever with it. I would definitely suggest Shride's just because it has aim assist. All the bots are going to have aim assist, and they have different kind of interactive stuff where you do tracking, sniping. There's a little bit of short range stuff with the SMG. So I think all around, if you're looking to get better aim, this is going to be a good way, and I think it's going to transition nice and online. Then the other one that I would really suggest, it isn't much about aiming and tracking. It's more about just combat, fighting. So it's Geerzy's course. He commented on one of my videos, let me know to check it out, and I saw it. It's absolutely awesome. I think it's one of the best courses out out there. It's pretty fun as well. They have some infinite aiming stuff where you can just keep going. So if you're really trying to practice and get repetition, his is going to be really good for that. His code I'll throw it on the screen as well, 288957296480. Highly suggest Geerzy's as well. I think these are the two main ones you'll really need because they have infinite aiming. You can go in there and just practice. If you really want to get better, maybe throw about 10 minutes before you get on. It's nothing crazy because over time you'll see your aim getting better. Other than that, though, I want to talk about actual gameplay and getting better in gameplay. So when you hop online to play with your friends, play with squads, if you really want to get better aim and hit more AR shots, first off, make sure you're picking up an AR with purpose. So when you pick up an AR, look to use it, because I know it's really easy to get into the habit of shooting somebody once and be like, all right, I'll go push with my shotgun or my SMG and try to spray them down. Really try to hit your AR shots and line them up. If you go in with intentions that, hey, I want to get better, I really want to look to hit my AR shots, you're going to see a big difference if you're looking to shoot your AR more in-game. The next thing I'm going to talk about, and I'm always going to reference this whenever I'm talking about sensitivity, aiming, and getting better aim, is going to be control freaks. If you're unfamiliar with control freaks, basically just a little small thumbstick edition that's going to raise your thumbstick up a little bit, and what this does is gives you a bigger range of motion. This way you can kind of move around quicker and a little more precise. Just overall lets you just move a little bit better on your thumbstick. So I think this is going to be really helpful if you guys haven't used them before. I would personally suggest going with the smaller one. They have different tiers. So there's like a small rise, a mid rise, and then a tall rise. I've tried all of them. I think the mid rise is probably the best, or even just the small rise one, just because it's going to help you with your shotgun shots too, compared to the tall one, which is supposed to be more about sniper. If you put that on, it's going to be kind of hard to shoot SMG shots or your shotgun shots from what I noticed, but I would highly suggest control freaks. I use one on the right stick. I don't use any on the left stick since it's more about movement, but the ones I have used in the past, I've used the Vortex on the PS4 controller, probably better than the ones I use now because I play on the Xbox controller, so I got the Galaxy ones just to try it. They're still very good. I would suggest the Vortex ones over it. Go look it up on Amazon, on anything. It should be about $15 or not very expensive. This is a nice cheap way to buy something. You can just throw in a control real quick, and it should help improve your aim over time. And as far as like long range shots go, mainly just sniping, the only way to really get better with that is, for one, just to pick up the sniper a lot, because I know personally I don't really use the sniper, so I'm not too great with it when I pick it up. I've recently been trying to pick it up more. Other than that, for sniper shots, there should be some sniping creative courses that are dedicated to sniping where they have moving targets where it will let you lead your shots, and that's really the best way to practice that. I think that would be a great way if you're someone that's looking to improve on sniper shots. Other than that, though, that's all for the medium to long range tips. If you guys want to see more videos, please let me know in the comments what kind of tips you want to see. I was thinking about making maybe like a shotgun course again, or just a video showing you guys how to improve your shotgun aim with some mechanical stuff and some sensitivity stuff that you guys might not know about with like the dead zone if you're looking for flicks. That's beside the point, though. Hope you guys really did enjoy this video. If you guys are new, make sure to sub, turn on notifications. You guys know the deal. Make sure to like the video. Appreciate you guys so much. See you guys later.